Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the latest episode of Predictions of Frontline Football. And I won, so I am doing the intro. So, congratulations, you get another chapter in the Book of Lawrence. So, as usual, let Russ cook the Jets secondary and completely obliterated them, which is very unsurprisingly. But we have news to update you on Trevor. He said he'd be willing to go to any rebuilding team. And I'm pretty sure the Jets are an NFL team. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. So that means that we're going to get Trevor Lawrence as long as New England doesn't mess us up. So hopefully I win week 17 so I can close out the book. But anyway, it's enough of the Book of Lawrence for now. Let's get right into those predictions.
Okay. For the first matchup, we got the Chargers versus the Raiders. Josh, we had polls up yesterday. What were they?
Chargers were not winning, 17%, and the Raiders had 83%.
Okay, I'm going to hand this one off to Jack because, well, he almost lost to them like 2 weeks ago.
Yes, I have the Charger experience. But I'm going to take the Raiders here. Now, it's probably going to be close because the Chargers looked relatively good. But you got to remember, that was the choke bowl of the century. One of those teams was going to have to lose that game, unfortunately. And it was going to be the Falcons this time. And the Raiders, they kind of got destroyed by the Colts. And Josh Jacobs, he was back, but his injury situation was sketchy. So I think he's going to be a little healthier this week. And overall, I just think the Chargers, they're going to find a way to mess this up. They're going to find a way to lose this game. And the Raiders are going to have their fringe playoff hopes slowly evaporate, but they're going to keep them alive for one more week. What are your thoughts, Josh?
I think that the Raiders are going to win here. They look like a really good team with Darren Wallen and Derek Carr. Yes, they did get a lucky win against the Jets, but I feel like they're the better team because they did also beat the Chiefs. Now, this inconsistency could work against them, but this is Justin Herbert that they're going up against, who decides to choke almost every single game that he is in. Zach, your thoughts?
It is not Justin Herbert that is choking the games. It is their coach, Josh. Justin Herbert is a good quarterback. All right, but I also have to go with the Raiders. The Raiders, again, they are very inconsistent. I actually see them in the 7th seed for this year, or the Dolphins, one of those two. There's no other people there in that race for the AFC 7th seed. So, yeah. So the next matchup we got is the Bills versus the Broncos. And I'm going to hand this one off to Josh after he's done with polls.
83% Bills, 17% Broncos. This is a pretty easy matchup. I got the Buffalo Bills winning here. They looked really good on Sunday Night Football against the Pittsburgh Steelers after Juju decided to dance on another logo and lose. So I feel like with this matchup, the Bills will beat the Broncos. The Broncos have not been looking good these past couple weeks, while the Bills have been trucking. So I feel like Buffalo for the win here. Zach, your thoughts?
The Bills have only lost to a little bit of teams. I think it's been the Kansas City Chiefs, the Arizona Cardinals, and a few other teams. But the Bills are looking so good, better than they did last year. I think this is their year that they'll make a good playoff push, and I have to go with Bills here. Now, the Broncos are so inconsistent that they could get actually a win against these guys. So, yeah. Jack, what about you?
I have to take the Bills here. Because in my opinion, as of the last month or so, I feel like they are a top 3 team in football. And besides Hail Murray, they are 6-0 since losing to the Chiefs week 6. And overall, they've looked really good. The Broncos, they're probably going to do some chaos because they are the most inconsistent team. They are the new Bears for me as of late. I can't seem to project what they're going to do. But I think this week they're going to get destroyed by Mr. Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs.
Okay, well, now we're moving on to our next matchup. The Jets versus the Rams. And since Jack's the Jets fan, we'll hand it off after polls, which is probably going to be 100%.
The Jets and Rams. Let's get straight into that game. It will be here somewhere. We have 83% for the Los Angeles Rams and 17% for the New York Jets. So,
All right, Jack.
we're off to Jack.
I don't know what delusional Jets fan picked that, or maybe it was some other guy. Mystery. I'm taking the Rams. I'm half. What do I have to say about the Jets? Like, they're not winning a game. Like, they got destroyed by Russell Wilson. In my opinion, the Rams are a better team as of right now than Russell Wilson. They just fired their defensive coordinator, so I have a feeling that if you're a fantasy owner of Cam Akers, the running back, start every Rams player you own. It's going to be a huge day for them against God knows whatever the Jets put in their secondary. But overall, Jets' worst team in football. They're going to be the bottom 3 team in NFL history, right up there with the 2017 Browns and the '08 Lions. So give me the Rams and cover spread. Like, they're going to win by like 20 plus points here. That's my prediction. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I got the Rams. I can't see the Jets winning this game. I can see them scoring a touchdown, maybe. I don't know. But Aaron Donald's going to have a great game. Jared Goff is all this is about. If he plays well, they get a win anyway if he plays bad too. So if he does well, then they score more points on the Jets. That's nice. They should be scoring about, I'm guessing 30 points on the Jets, because that's what every team has done except, the Patriots even scored 30 on the Jets, but the Jets kept that one close. But that's besides the point. The Rams are winning by a lot. Josh, I already know what you're going to pick.
The Los Angeles Rams here. Their defense is going to be doing well, and even if Jared Goff is not performing well, the defense will cover everything. Jalen Ramsey will be going off. He'll be getting interceptions. Aaron Donald will be rushing Darnold's decision-making and tackling the running back. The secondary will not be the same because Greg Williams is not controlling it for this week because he was unfortunately fired by the Jets. So give me the Rams here to win.
All right, so our next matchup is the Lions versus the Titans. The Lions, they're very inconsistent, while the Titans are also very consistent, but winning the division, I think. And I'm going to hand this one off to Josh because that is his division. Josh, what are the polls? And then say your take.
We have 67% Lions, 33% Titans. Okay. So with this game, you got to look at it from both sides. I see the Tennessee Titans winning here because, yes, this is a Lions team that has just fired their coach and maybe getting hot soon. But I just feel like the Titans have that edge because of King Henry himself. Will be running that offense great. And Ryan Tannehill will be making some really good handoffs in that game. So let's just hand it off to Jack for his takes.
I have to take the Titans here. Now, we have every right to criticize the Titans for their issues on defense, but I don't think that Matthew Stafford I don't even think Stafford's playing. I think it's Jeff Driscoll, Marvin Jones, and Adrian Peterson are their big 3. I don't see those 3 as a duo winning any games in the NFL. And Lions defense, I feel like it's sketchy at best. And overall, Titans are just a better team here, and maybe I consider the Lions if Stafford was around, because maybe he'd be able to do some magic stuff. But this is like probably Jeff Driscoll, maybe someone else. I'm not 100% sure the Lions' backup QB situation, but I have to take the Titans here. No doubt. What are your thoughts, Zach?
Titans. Oh, Matthew Stafford. I wish that the Lions actually had a different QB now than Stafford, because Stafford's not the best anymore. He still wins games. It's just he's injury prone, and they have no one behind him that can do what he can do. But Titans, because of Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's literally going to just carry that whole team to victory. Ryan Tannehill will complete a few passes, but Derrick Henry's going to have another 100-yard game, hopefully more. So fantasy would like him. So yeah. So the next matchup is the Panthers versus the Packers. I'm gonna hand this one off to Jack.
All right. I got the Green Bay Packers.
What are the polls, Josh?
Oh, polls.
Sorry, Jack.
Well, for this game, we have 29% Panthers, 71% Packers.
Okay, Jack.
Okay. I have the Packers here. Now, Panthers, you had a big test. You had a bye week. You were relatively underrated We thought you were getting CMC back. You didn't for whatever reason. And you failed that test. You lost to the Broncos. And whatever's going on in La La Land over there. And overall, Packers looking like one of the elite teams of the NFC and arguably the NFL. And I don't see a pathway to victory if you're the Panthers, especially against Aaron Rodgers, who I don't think the angriness has worn off quite yet. I don't even remember his last loss, but I don't see him taking one here. Give me the Packers. What are your thoughts, Josh?
Okay, I'm going to go with my gut here. Give me the Carolina Panthers. Yes, they have had a bye week, so they have another week to train for these Packers. Now, the Packers have lost to some teams who they probably shouldn't have lost to, and I feel like Matt Rule will come up with a situation where they will win. They have beat powerhouses, powerhouses that they were not supposed to beat, like the Detroit Lions, the Arizona Cardinals. The list goes on and on. They have gotten so many upset wins from this new Rule offense. So I feel like he's going to get another upset under his belt against the one and only Aaron Rodgers. So, Zach, what are your thoughts?
I can't go with the Panthers, even though that they've had those upsets. Yes, against the Cardinals and yes, against the Lions. Really, the Lions and the Cardinals don't, and I'm a Cardinals fan, we don't have a defense and the Lions don't have a defense. It's just obvious. Sure, we got pieces more than the Lions do, but our offense is really controlling that. While the Packers, on the other hand, they have Aaron Rodgers, they have Devontae Adams, and they have Aaron Jones. That is a really good core on offense, and the defense can destroy you if you're just passing. And if CMC's back, I can see a Panthers win, but I don't think CMC's back, so I'm choosing the Packers. All right, so the next one is the Texans versus Colts. Josh, what are the polls?
The polls are. That'll do my take. Let me get to them. 17% Texans, 83% Colts. So I will take this one away as the Texans fan. Hopkins.
Yeah,
So,
you got your team.
yes, a bit. But still, here's the thing. I feel like the Texans were this close on beating the Colts last time. Now, this is in Lucas Oil Stadium. Wherever the Texans are in Lucas Oil Stadium, that is their stadium to win. They always, for some reason, went on the road. Almost every single year I have watched them that have not been led by Peyton Manning, the Texans have usually won on the road. So I feel like this will be a Texans win. Watson will put everything together. We're supposed to get Cooks back this week. We're supposed to get David Johnson back this week. And this will be a Texans win. Yes, we're not going to be contending for playoffs because we have already been eliminated from that race, but we are going to be getting as many wins as we can so then Miami has the worst pick that they can. So, let's hand it off to Zach for his thoughts.
Oh, dang, I'm still thinking about this one. I gotta go with Colts. Texans have failed me before. They're gonna fail me again if I choose them. And I don't think the Texans, even with Watson and Brandon Cooks and all of them, and David Johnson is not a big pickup, Josh.
He's another running back.
He's a running back, sure, but he's a horrible running back. So, yeah, I gotta go with Colts here. I feel like there is a chance that the Texans can win. And this is probably one of the hardest matchups, not counting Saints and Chiefs. But, yeah, I'm choosing Colts. I like their team. Jack, what about you?
I have to pick the Colts here. I think it'll be close, and I could definitely see a Texans victory, but I feel like the Colts, they've gotten their identity as of late. They're getting better, and they're in a very tight playoff race with the Tennessee Titans, and I don't think they can afford to drop one to Houston right now. So I think it'll be close, and I had to think about this one, but I got to give it to the Colts here.
Okay, so the next matchup is the Bears-Vikings. Josh, what are the polls?
33% Bears, 67% Vikings.
Okay, Jack, what about you? What is your thoughts?
I am taking the Vikings here. Now, I understand the Bears did get their first win in like 2 months or something ridiculous against the Bucs. Or not the Bucs, the Texans, yeah. But I just think the Vikings are better as of right now. I think Dan Bailey was like a field goal missing machine at the end of that Bucs game. He missed like a bunch of field goals that could have made the game closer or even changed the outcome. And overall, I think the Bears win was a bit of the fluke here, and I don't see it repeating against the Vikings. I think they're going back to their losing ways. Give me the Vikings here. What are your thoughts, Zach?
Vikings. Dalvin Cook is already doing amazing work. I mean, he's not winning MVP, but I see him as an offensive player of the year. Even though I said Alvin Kamara in our old videos, I think Dalvin Cook right now, he's looking amazing. And yeah, I don't want to face him. I'm happy that I'm fighting for the 7th seed against them. It'd be nice if the Bears win, so then the Cardinals basically just clinch the 7th seed, but that won't happen. And Josh, what about you?
I'm going to say the Minnesota Vikings here. Yes, the Bears did win, but you also got to remember who they were playing. They're playing the Houston Texans right here. The only good part about that team is Deshaun Watson. They lost Justin Reed in that game. They have a 31-year-old J.J. Watt on the line, and their entire team was plagued with either injuries or suspensions. So what other outcome were you expecting from that game? So here's the thing. The Vikings, Dan Bailey, all he had to do was make a couple field goals, and that game would have been completely different for them, or at least the score would have been closer. So I got the Vikings here because Dalvin Cook is going to make sure that they do not lose to Mitch Trubisky and the Bears.
Mitch Trubisky. All right, so the next matchup is the Browns-Giants. Giants just took a loss to the Cardinals, while the Browns, they took a loss to the Ravens, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Josh, what is the polls?
83% Browns, 17% Giants.
Say your take.
Me?
Yes.
Give me the Cleveland Browns here. They had a hard-fought matchup against Baltimore. If Lamar Jackson would have not come back from taking his poop, his cramps, because it's not confirmed that he took a poop at that point, but that's a rumor that everybody's going off of. But if that did not happen, the Browns are winning, and we would probably be talking about the 9-3 Browns. So, in this game, they are obviously going to beat the Giants. The Giants got that one upset win against the Cardinals, but the Cardinals are pretty hard to judge this year because they've lost and won against so many weird teams. So, give me the Cleveland Browns here. Did I say Cardinals?
No, you said Browns at the end, but you said Cardinals are so inconsistent.
I meant Seahawks. But the Cardinals are inconsistent too, but Seahawks is what I was trying to say.
Okay.
So let's go to Jack for his take.
I'm taking the Browns here. Giants, that was a really sweet moment where you had the NFC East for those 2 weeks, but it's over. Reality is Washington's schedule I think it eases out here when yours gets tight. Like, they got a free win against the Niners last week, and you get to play the Cleveland Browns, and I just don't see a victory. The Browns looked really, really, really good. And if Lamar Jackson didn't return from his cramps, then they probably could have won that game easily, like Josh said. And overall, I expect Giants defense to keep them in it, but I think eventually Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are going to break through and go on some game-winning drive, walk home, TD. Give me a Browns win here. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I would totally go for the Giants if they didn't lose to the Cardinals, but they did because they're bad. And I have to go with the Browns. The Browns almost won, like you just said, with Lamar's cramps. And yeah. All right. So the next matchup is the Buccaneers versus Falcons. Josh, what are the polls? Then you say your take, Jack.
Bucks Falcons. Let me find it. Why can't I not find the Bucks Falcons?
Did you make it?
No, they're on here. 33% Bucks, 67% Falcons.
What? What?
33% Bucks, 67% Falcons. That's what the polls say.
Okay, Jack, go.
Okay. I'm sorry, pollsters and big brains out there that picked the Falcons for whatever reason, You probably have your reasons, and maybe you're right, but I'm taking the Bucks here. I'm sorry. Though the Bucks, I don't see them going far in the playoffs. I feel like they were disappointing out of the bye week, and they were a couple damn Bailey kicks away from losing that game. I mean, the Falcons, they're like the Chargers. Congratulations, by the way, Falcons. You are the chokiest team in the NFL. You outdid the Chargers this week, and you're going to find a way to lose. And as Tom Brady and the Bucks fans get overhyped for their first and or second round exit in the playoffs. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I gotta go with the Bucks. I don't know why our poll members did freaking Falcons going over the Bucks. That was the weirdest thing in the world I've seen from our polls. But Buccaneers, yeah, they almost lost to the Vikings, but it's all right. They'll do fine this game. I mean, it's weird that the Buccaneers are so hyped up this season. They got Tom Brady, they got Gronk. Gronk is not doing that well. Brady's just being inconsistent. So, yeah. All right, Josh, what is your take?
First, don't make fun of the poll takers. They're Frontline Football fans. And Frontline Football fans, the number one rule of Frontline Football fans, which I've just made up, is that you're always a big brain. Whenever you're a Frontline Football fan, you know football because you watch us. So, obviously, you would know football. So, here's the thing about the game. I have to also choose against the fans here. Unfortunately, I do not see the Falcons getting an upset win here. I see the Buccaneers. They're going to be making that playoff push for the first or second round exit that they will eventually make against the Falcons. So,
Okay, so the next matchup is the Jags versus the Ravens. Yeah, that's kind of obvious. But what are the polls?
Jags, Ravens.
Let's say your take, Josh.
I think that the polls are, yep, try over here. 17% Jags and 83% Ravens.
Who's that one person that keeps choosing people to win, like the Jags? And
I wonder who.
I wonder who did. All right, Josh, what's your take?
I believe that the Baltimore Ravens will win here. They looked really good against the Browns, even though that Lamar Jackson had his cramps and Trace McSorley came in. They still did very well, and they beat them. So I feel like this is going to be an easy win against Jacksonville here. Zach, what are your thoughts?
Jags Ravens, right? Ravens, easy. Lamar Jackson's cramps are never gonna stop him. So you said Ravens, right, Josh?
Yes.
All right, Jack, what's your take?
I have to take the Ravens here for pre-stated reasons, but this kind of reminds me of a trap game just a little bit since Minshew's back on the field, and maybe he gets something going, but it's not enough for me to use an upset on it because I'm going to look really stupid if the Ravens end up blowing out the Jaguars like I think they will. But just saying, don't be surprised. The Jaguars keep it relatively competitive with Minshew, but I'm still taking the Ravens here. I'm not wasting an upset on that.
Jack, you want that, don't you?
I want that.
So then the Jets can at least get one win and get a safety blanket. All right, so the next matchup, Jack, you will be taking, but Josh, what are the polls for the Patriots-Dolphins?
The Patriots-Dolphins. We have 83% Dolphins, 17% Patriots.
Okay, so Jack?
Dolphins. I mean, for one, played very good game against the Chiefs. Two, New England couldn't beat the Dolphins in Miami when they were good. And they lost to Adam Gase twice in Miami. So I really think that they're going to be able to beat Mr. Brian Flores and Tua and a relatively good team that's looking to make a playoff berth. No, Dolphins, just like I said week one, but this time it's going to come true. Dolphins win big here. Cam Newton's getting destroyed this week. What are your thoughts, Josh?
Okay, I believe that the Miami Dolphins will win. Brian Flores has been looking really good with Tua under center as his quarterback, and they almost did beat the Chiefs if Tua didn't throw that game-losing interception. So give me the Dolphins here for the win.
Dolphins. Dolphins, I really like that team. The defense is very underrated. I like Xavier Howard. Tua needs to grow a little bit more. He's more of a game manager, which is fine for now, but if they really want to make it far in the playoffs, Tua actually needs to start playing. I'm sorry, but he actually needs to be playing not like a game manager and actually take over games. Because that's the biggest problem. If Tua was taking over games like he did in Bama, this team would be a Super Bowl contender. But he can't. So that's the only problem I'm having with this. But this team will do just fine, I feel like, in playoffs. All right, so the next matchup is the Seahawks versus football team. Josh, what are the polls?
The polls are 43% football team, 57% Seahawks.
I'll take this one. I say Seahawks. Seahawks, Russell Wilson's been inconsistent. Most of that NFC West teams have been very inconsistent. The Niners have been, Cardinals, Rams, and Seahawks have been very inconsistent. No one can get no one knows who's actually going to win that division now. It's between Seahawks and Rams. And I see Seahawks winning this game. I can see a football team win if Russell Wilson throws a lot of picks. And the football team's done it before against the Steelers. So they could beat the Seahawks, I bet. And I'm going to hand this one off to Jack. What are your thoughts?
I have to take the Seahawks here. Oh, for one, like Zach said, division inconsistent, but it's still anyone's game. Even the Cardinals, as of right now, are still mathematically in it to win that division if they could. Plus, I'm pretty sure the higher wild card spot you get, the higher chance you get to face the NFC East, whoever's going there. So everyone in the NFC West is going to be desperately going for that top wild card spot as of right now. And Seattle can't afford to drop this game, especially with Arizona right behind them. They could leapfrog them in the next 2 weeks if they're not careful, depending on what happens. So Seattle desperately trying to keep up in this, what do they call that? Razor thin margin in the NFC East. NFC West. Seattle trying to keep up in the NFC West. I have to take them here. Give me Seattle. What are your thoughts, Josh?
Yeah.
Give me the Washington football team. They looked really good against the Steelers. They made them make mistakes. That was their big thing. And Alex Smith, if he can do that game again that he did against Pittsburgh, he will win again. Here's the thing. They have Chase Young and Ryan Kerrigan. I am not scared about them rushing Russell Wilson. They'll make him make poor decisions. Russell Wilson has already shown, even against subpar defenses like the Arizona Cardinals and the New York Giants, that he can make mistakes with these rushers going to him. He has shown this in the season. And I feel like... Okay. Now may I finish my take? Yeah. Here's the thing. He has already fallen to one NFC East opponent. He will fall to this one too because they are the division champions of the NFC East. So, give me a team here.
Okay, Josh. All right, so the next matchup is also another matchup I'll be taking. Eagles, Cardinals. Josh, what are the polls?
80% Eagles, 20% Cardinals.
You're serious?
I'm serious. The Sooner Showdown has 80% Eagles, 20% Cardinals.
I'm sorry, but these polls people are idiots. I'm sorry.
Don't call us idiots. They are the big three.
The Cardinals have been looking way better than the Eagles. You guys are... I'm sorry, but no. I'm going with Cardinals. I don't know what our fans are thinking. I think they're just being mad because I'm a Cardinals fan. All right, Jack. I mean, Josh. Because I went to Jack first. Josh.
Oh, boy. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles here. Fly. Fly. Okay, so you might be saying, Josh, why did you choose the Philadelphia Eagles? Well, here's the thing. They beat the Saints. Here is also another thing. Doug Marrone, with quarterbacks not named Carson Wentz, is 10-7. 10-7 in those games. He has only lost 7 games with a quarterback not named Carson Wentz. And here is also another thing. Hurts has shown that he can be starting material in the NFL. He has shown that he can beat the big dogs already in his first game. Trial by fire. He beats the Saints. The Saints. So, it might have been in Philly, but that doesn't matter. He beat the Saints. So, here is the thing. They will be future stars in the league if Hurts keeps up this momentum that he is having this season. I think I might have lost my voice, but here's the thing. So, Hurts will win. With that defense, yes, they're mostly injury prone, but Hurts will find a way to win with Doug Peterson. Okay. Jack, your take.
I'm sorry to go against you, Josh, and 67% of fans, I guess, but I'm taking the Cardinals here. I understand the Eagles did beat the Saints, and that was impressive, but I have a feeling that they're not going to be able to recreate that, because the Cardinals just beat a team with a very impressive win just last week in the New York Giants. Plus, the Cardinals, the Eagles, sorry, but you're kind of like not really in a division race. I think the football team has a win over you already. So the Cardinals, who are playing for like a lot, like the Vikings could very well beat the Bears. That game's probably going to the Vikings. And they can't really afford to drop that kind of game against Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. And I don't see them dropping that kind of game. So I'm going to take the Arizona Cardinals to win this one here.
All right, that's smart because that won't happen, hopefully. Okay, so I'll take this one also. Niners football. Oh God, Niners Cowboys. Sorry about that. Josh, what are the polls?
71% 49ers, 29% Cowboys.
God, this is so weird today. All right. Well, I'm gonna say my take, I guess. God, the Niners always mess me up. I'm going Cowboys. I like the Cowboys offense. They look amazing all the time. And I feel like they'll get this win. They'll just win this because, well, they're the Cowboys. They'll mess something up in their draft. So I got to go with Cowboys. Niners, I can't believe in them anymore. They can't beat the football team. So I'm not going with them again. Jack, what are your thoughts?
I'm taking the Cowboys here. The Niners are kind of a lame duck team right now. They're just sort of waiting for like Bosa, Garoppolo, Kittle. I'm pretty sure there's
Back.
Kittle's coming back.
I think
Ooh.
he might be. He's practicing.
That's not changed my mind. I'm still taking the Cowboys here. You're supposed to tell me that Nick Mullins is going to outplay someone. And overall, just like Zach said, Niners, Broncos, and Bears, I don't like your teams. Not because of anything you guys specifically did to me, but you guys love to confuse me and mess me up with predictions and decide whenever you want to be good and bad, even though no consistency at all. So I'm taking the Cowboys here. I am not picking Niners, not picking Bears, not picking Broncos. Give me the Cowboys here. What are your thoughts, Josh?
Give me the San Francisco 49ers here for the win because the Cowboys lost to the football team on Thanksgiving. That did not look like a good game. But the football team was a good team is what we just found out. But here is the thing. The 49ers are looking good. Yes, they did lose to the football team also, but they did not lose as embarrassing fashion as the Cowboys did. Also, the Cowboys have Andy Dalton under center. Now, Nick Mullins is not the best starter, but if he can even outplay Andy Dalton's a little bit with Richard. Is Richard Sherman back? I feel like he is back. Is Richard Sherman back?
He was out for the season.
Oh, he's out for the season. Okay. Well, still, even with that, the Niners are still winning this game. This is a game between two teams who have no future in the playoffs this year. So, I say give me the 49ers. They're going to win.
All right. Josh, you're going to lose predictions this week. You made way too many hot takes. All right. So the next matchup, this is a pretty obvious matchup. If Josh says the Bengals, I don't know what he's thinking anymore. But it is the Steelers-Bengals. And I'm handing this one off to Jack because I've been taking way too many of these.
Polls or no?
No, polls we're going to do first. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
I'm the hot take master. 83% Steelers, 17% Bengals.
Okay. Jack, what is your take?
I'm taking the Steelers here. As much as I love to come out here with a Josh crazy hot take that Brandon Allen is going to lead the Bengals to victory, I cannot. Steelers, I understand. You guys really like TikToks, specifically in your wide receivers. You guys are not the brightest of the bunch. Talking to you, Juju Smith-Schuster and Chase Claypool, and your TikToks, and not winning games against the Buffalo Bills and the Washington football team. And you're extremely overrated, and you're injured. But that's besides the point. Because if you don't beat the Bengals, I'm going to call you guys a bunch of losers. You guys better beat the Bengals here, and you will beat the Bengals. It's Brandon Allen here. The Cowboys' defense wrecked the Bengals. Steelers' defense is a little better than the Cowboys, to say the least. So give me the Steelers here. They better beat the Bengals, or else they are a disappointment. What are your thoughts, Josh?
I am going to be choosing the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Thank God. Oh
Because even though that they are an overrated team, they're going to beat the Bengals. It's the Bengals. So, haha, I did not do a hot take there. Take that, Zach. Zach, your thoughts?
you were close. Steelers. I like the Steelers. I mean, Juju needs to stop dancing on people's logos because he's gonna get killed if this happens. Josh, we're not even done with. We have one more matchup.
Well, we have one more matchup?
Yes, Chiefs
Technically, it's
Saints.
the
I literally
Saints.
told you this before filming.
We did Monday Night Football, so I thought it was over.
No, I did the Chiefs Saints because that's what people are waiting to see. Okay, but Steelers. I like the Steelers, but Juju needs to stop doing TikToks on people's logos. He said that he's gonna keep dancing on people's logos. That means that more losses are gonna happen. So, nice job, Juju. You just ruined the season for the Steelers for playoffs. Good job. All right, so the final matchup, which I know you guys have been waiting for, it's like, wait a minute, that was Monday Night Football. Yeah, but I didn't want to do this. I don't want to end on that. So I want to end on Chiefs Saints, one of the hardest matchups to predict, and I'm handing this one off to Josh.
Okay, first, with the polls. Wait, do I also get to say my take too?
Yes.
We have 50-50. We've never had that in Frontline Football history before. We have a 50-50 poll race. 50% Chiefs, 50% Saints.
Wow. Now say your take.
I believe the Kansas City Chiefs will win here. Yes, Drew Brees might be coming back, but Patrick Mahomes, he had an off game. He will be coming back here with a vengeance. No look passes for everyone. And this will be a great game, but I feel like Mahomes just has the extra edge against Drew Brees and the Saints. So, Jack, what are your thoughts?
I'm going to take, I don't know if it's an upset or not, to be honest, but I'm going to take the Saints. I understand Chiefs are on a winning streak, like a really big winning streak, but no team is like 15-1. It's very rare. So I think they will end up dropping a game to the Saints here, just because I believe Brees is coming back. That's very helpful. Kamara's going to be doing his thing, and Mahomes, he's never lost a game by more than a score, so he's going to keep it close. But at the end of the day, I think Drew Brees is going to have the clutch, the ice in his vein, the clutch gene, whatever you want to call it. I do think they're going to win. Saints are going to win on a walk-off field goal. What are your thoughts, Zach?
Thank God you chose Saints because I'm choosing Chiefs because we would have had the same exact stuff if you chose Chiefs. So Chiefs, I like the Chiefs. They look pretty good. Yeah, I mean, they almost lost the Dolphins, but that's the Dolphins now. So, all right. So Josh, hit the can. Oh my, he looks creepy.
If you like what you saw here, don't forget to gotta make sure Sam taps my hands before this 2020. Hit that like button, punch that subscribe bell, and don't forget to turn on notifications. Because whenever you turn on notifications, you join the Frontline Football fan base. The Frontline Football fan base are some of the best fans in the entire NFL and even in the world, according to us at Frontline Football. And also, if you like what you see here, turn on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever we get a new video. And also, don't forget to share it with your friends, because your friends would love to see this too. And join the Frontline Football fan base. We are growing. We have 56 subscribers at this point. So we are growing. So send this to a friend. Hit that notification bell. And enjoy the rest of your day. Whenever you're watching
All
this.
right, Jack, do polls.
All right. First off, follow the Twitter. Stuff is going to be there eventually. And plus, Instagram. Follow that for the weekly polls and news updates every once in a while when we need news. And like always, don't forget to follow that Instagram for the polls, because you guys can do stupid things with the polls, like you did this week, and you picked the Falcons and the Eagles and the Lions and all sorts of crazy upsets, just like I told you to do a couple weeks ago. So keep doing that. Make us read your awesome hot takes as a community. And we'll see you guys back here next week, same time, same place. You know, the usual schedule. And see you guys next week.